Forming different relationships can really benefit everybody. I think it brings a lot of enjoyment being able to work together and not go out on your own. You have more people who want to help you and support you. It just makes your day more enjoyable and your work more enjoyable when you can work with others.
Talking with other business owners, even if it's in a completely different field, you never really know what you can come up with. Just the way I think self-employed people think, you could brainstorm some amazing ideas together. So I think it's always worth exploring different opportunities in that way.
When you're starting a business or operating a business, obviously include people that are already in your business, because that is very helpful because they've been there. But I also would strongly encourage to have a few consultants or advisors who are outside of the agricultural world, whether it be your lawyer or your accountant or a family friend or something like that. What they do for you is they can see the proverbial forest for the trees. They can give you that insight of looking at what you're discussing and what you're trying to do and saying, why are you doing that? Some of my family does not farm, and some of my extended family, they don't come from a farming background, and so in trying to explain what I do to them, sometimes makes me realize that maybe I don't understand what I do that well either. And so having these advisors and these people that are part of your business that, again, come from outside can give you that insight.
One of the most neat and exciting connections in the industry, especially the bison industry, has been the community of it. It's a small community, obviously, being a niche product. There's only 30 farms, roughly, in Ontario that raise bison. We've become a pretty tight-knit community and have had just incredible support from them. Never once has been there competition between people. We go and help each other round up each other's herds and help take care of them. That's been a lot of fun to see that, especially in business, that we can all be in the same business but support each other. We have been able to lean on the expertise of others. We haven't had to make all the mistakes ourselves and learn them the hard way. So that has been a huge benefit to us. We've seen other people trying different things, trying new things, and been able to adopt some of those into our farm.
A mentor of mine came to me. He said, Chad, a farmer will look to 4 people to make a decision. It might be a peer, it could be their spouse, it could be a retail supplier, accountant, lawyer, whatever. He says, it's your job to be one of those 4 people. Years later, when I did start up the consulting business, my slogan is your 4th man in farming. I think I'm very intricate in the farms that I work on. I probably know the farms better than a lot of the people I work for know their farms. So you have to have the confidence of people, and then you got to perform too, right?
As an individual, you can't do everything. To specialize on a few different things, and then letting your neighbor specialize on a few other different things to help each other out. Yeah, build that sense of community up, and it's a great direction to go.
In our store, we are representing other farms. We keep their name on all their products because we want to bring other farmers into one place. There's lots of farms out there that would love to sell direct, but they don't necessarily want to deal with the actual retail. But here we wanted to bring them together so people could find their farmer, collaborate with other farmers instead of competing with them. We obviously can't raise all these different types of meat ourselves. There isn't enough time in the day. So we decided it was better to work with other farmers, and we like to see them grow too.
We've started kind of working a bit with Pretty Road Farm Store. They're about less than 10 minutes away from us, and she started a on-farm store there where they sell their meat that they produce at the farm, and she brings in fresh bread and different artisanal goods. And just the last few months we've started bringing vegetables there too, and we've kind of been working together to just like promote each other's businesses. We don't want to have a storefront. We don't want to deal with that, so and they don't want to grow vegetables, so it just kind of works out, and I can see a lot of potential growth.
Coming from a non-farming background, I love to share the realities of farming with other people, so that we do that through our farm store, but we also do that through our social media. One of our missions for our social media is to share and do some egg education. A lot of people in your community want to connect. When they want to connect with the farmer, they want to connect with you and what you are doing. And I think that's something that I bring to the table, is being able to share that aspect of our farm so that people can connect with it.
A few years ago now, it's been about 5 years, I've been working with 2 of the local breweries in Sarnia, Lambton to help feed my fat cattle. One, that's a very cost-effective source of feed. But the other thing that it does, it gives a marketing opportunity as well, especially if you're selling local. Just being supportive of other small local businesses, it does come back. Whether they eat my product or not, it doesn't matter. They're still very good champions of what we do. And I try and do the same back to them.
One of the innovative partnerships we have made is with some of the equipment dealers around the area, whether, and they're basically of all the different brands. And what we have tried to bring to the table is some of our knowledge as to what we're looking for from precision ag technology and what they are selling as precision ag technology. So rather than us competing with the other dealerships, we all work together. So there are some things that we're good at and there are some things that they are good at. And so that's one of the partnerships that we have found has worked very well for us. Another partnership that we started is we call it our Autonomous Working Group. So we made a partnership with the Ontario Ministry of Ag and Food, with the extension staff that do with their weed specialists and with their innovation specialists. And so we actually enjoyed that partnership so much that we now meet every Friday morning at 9 o'clock. What have the autonomous vehicles done this week? What new technology is coming? What questions are farmers asking both us and the extension staff? And then what can we do to try to bring some of the technology to the farmers? There are some businesses within Lambton County that are very agriculturally oriented, like Suncor and like CF Industries and some of the technology hubs that are actually using farmers' products to produce, or they are generating fertilizer that we could use. There's very little interaction between the people that are producing those crops and the people that are using them. And it'd be nice to try to get a better understanding. Like, is there something that we as farmers could do that would improve their processes? Is there something that they could do that would help us? I think that would be very beneficial because we're all located in the same county.
We have a bad habit in agriculture circles of just staying within agriculture. So when I sat as a director for agriculture on the Lambton Economic Partnership, there's some really smart business-oriented people, and to understand how the whole economy works, right? Like, it doesn't just end at the farm gate. You can have multiple networks, right, for different things and trying to draw on everybody's talents.